Like, I've never done just a, it's like used to like a whole party for a session. Now I just got like two people who want to play D&D. You want to play D&D with me?
Dude, a lot of times the like two people sessions or like single like person sessions are like the best because you get like so much shit done.
Oh God, I bet.
But I've noticed it's a lot on the DM's part to be able to think of a lot of stuff on the fly because it's hard to prepare for that kind of shit.
For sure. Yeah, I have a general direction with what to do today. But I didn't have a lot of time to like work on anything extensively. So we're definitely gonna see.
Probably...
This will be a test of what I can do on the fly.
Oh, dude, you know what'd be fun?
Mm.
Is if we tried to play the campaign, but we did a campaign. Oh, this would be so cool. What if you could do a campaign that's all improv? Not, I mean, it's obviously all improv, but it's improv games. Like,
Yeah.
so you're in this encounter, and everything has to be questions. And if you don't respond to the question, you have to roll a dice or something.
Yeah,
Like
like you have to like you don't have like anything at your disposal. Like at the very beginning of the game, like every time you come into a new area, it's like everything's just black. So you're like, all right, what do I see? Well, or like, where am I right now? Well, you're outside of a town. Is it a very big town?
No.
Yeah, it's a pretty big town.
No.
And then like all of a sudden the town shows up.
It would be like, where am I? And then the townsperson would be like, why are you asking? And then you'd be like, what a weird thing. And then you couldn't, you know what I mean?
Be like, I'm the one asking the questions here, chief.
And then you get buzzed out because that's not a question. It's like, whose line is it anyway?
That would be funny. Alright, let's see. Do I want some music for this? Yeah, I probably do.
You know what I've always thought a cool like campaign would be? It'd be like you get your character, but like you don't like you just like have your character and everything like that, but the DM has all the stats. So like you don't know what your proficiencies are or anything like that, and you just have
That'd
to
be
like
cool.
play the game and like learn what you're good at by how your dice
Yeah,
rolls and
yeah.
shit like
You'd
that.
have to figure out like, oh, I'm not good at acrobatics because every time I try and do something, it fails.
Yeah, exactly. And then you'd like get a dagger and like, oh shit, I'm shit with this dagger, but I'm good with this great sword.
Yeah,
And like you
stumble
wouldn't
into realizing you have magic.
yeah, and you wouldn't know your own health or like anything like that, and like probably like put in a mechanic like you need a wand to like use spells or something like that. And then like so you'd have to try out a wand and then you'd have to like just figure out what your spells are.
Oh goodness.
It's a cool idea too.
Yeah.
Spells would be, given by the DM or GM, DM, whatever as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know how to like begin to like run that.
Yeah, that'd
I
be
might
tough.
I might run something like that if you guys would be
Oh
interested.
hell yeah. I was just saying something to Aaron the other day, like I would love to be in a game right now, like to like be able to play with you guys. I like DMing, but like it's just like I see you guys having fun and I'm like, I wanna have fun too.
It'd take me a little time to get set up,
For
but and
sure.
I would need your help with the tabletop simulator side of things.
Oh, 100%. I'm definitely willing to show people my ways. Yeah, so we'll get going. Let's see, what do I need? Where is he? You're being loud.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. My bubba.
There we go.
My, my, my bubba.
Kitty, now is not the time to use
Kelly.
the sampler. Here we go.
All I need is Kelly and my baby.
Kelly, my baby. So, where we
I
left
must
off
have
last time, Jack,
back.
everybody decided to go on like another expedition, but this time go as a group. So they started following the trail that you guys were at, and then lost the trail because no one really marked it down last time because no one had a map. But this time they do have a map. And then they got caught up into they found some materials, and then they got caught up into like a swarm of plant creatures. During this time, before you are engaged by the plant creatures in combat, a door materializes between you and the plants surrounding you. To which a familiar character walks through. You end up seeing Vax walk out of the door, completely ignoring the other plants surrounding him. He looks at the party and points his finger at Sanaj and Aranabi. You two.
Because we're elves.
Coming with me, buds.
Fuck that. Fuck these plans.
Yeah,
Let's
what?
go. I'm out.
All right, and with that,
I don't know. I'm a bit of a green thumb. I don't know. I might stick around and feed the plants.
oh, don't worry, bud. You
quick.
won't be missing out on anything. Trust me.
Before I head out, I'm gonna just light one of my Molotovs and throw them at some of the plants behind me.
All right. Roll me a d20 real quick. All right. Your haphazard toss just like hits them right in the sweet spot, and two of the swarms get caught on fire before combat begins.
Sick.
With that, you step through the door,
Doing support things.
even on the go.
Being a bro.
Oh, kitty, my wires are not something for you to play with. Take you 3. Put you over here.
Barring wizards, I'm confident that bards are some of the most powerful classes in the game with a full party.
100%, especially with a full party. Like, they're one of the most versatile characters, and like, dude, like you basically don't like with all of the different classes and colleges to pick from, both like canon and non-canon, you can basically get away with being a bard and like deciding what, like if you want to be a different class, you're basically that other class. Like,
No, yeah, like College of Swords. Like it kind of sucks if you kind of play by rules, but if you do a little homebrew and give yourself some buffs, like a bard with swords is pretty fucking fun. I played like a battle wizard bard type character before, and like basically my DM at the time modified my what's it called? It's one of the first vicious mockery. So like he basically made that a cantrip that I could like use as like a bonus action, and I had like 3 bonus actions due to like different items or like upgrades. I was like level 16, but like so like basically my character was just like running in and insulting the fuck out of everybody, and then blowing shit up with magic, like other magical blasts.
that's whack.
And then I
Yeah.
healed the party whenever I played songs. But yeah, back. Sorry, that took us off course.
Oh no, you're good, man. We're just chilling tonight anyway. Like, I'm not in a rush. I have little kittens who are distracting me with playing with all of my wires anyway, so I gotta figure out what to do with that. I don't want to put you in the
What is
box,
it?
kitties.
What's the proficiency bonus?
So like, um, proficiency bonus are just like things that you like. You can add. You add the proficiency bonus to like whatever you're proficient in.
So, for example,
What?
let me look at your character sheet.
So like, there's a
Okay,
few
so
skills that you're proficient in, particularly like your character's
I mean,
proficient in
okay, so
acrobatics. So then like you get to add that
I
proficiency
understand.
score to that.
Okay, so hold on. If you tell me to roll, all right, so let's just do this mechanically. I'm gonna roll a dice. Now hold on. And I get a 13, and you tell me that I'm rolling for an insight check. I would have what?
You would have an 18 because you're not proficient in insight, are you?
he is.
Yeah.
Oh, he is. Okay. Well then, what's the number next to the insight?
It would. You would
3.
roll a 16.
Now, see, that's where I'm confused. So I get a 13. I thought, and this hasn't affected the game because I wasn't doing this before, but I thought that it was the top one plus the one over here if it's proficient. Otherwise, it's just this modifier.
So the number you have next to your insight is your proficiency bonus added with your skill bonus.
With the
Yeah,
with
so
the
it's
wisdom modifier.
already
already.
Yeah.
the math's already done.
Okay, so whatever I roll, I just add the number that's next to it that I'm proficient in.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
And then if you ever become
So I would have
proficient in
just been
something
doing one
down the
higher
road,
than I used one.
if you ever become proficient in something down the road, because like after a course of time, let's say you're like, I want to get good at like medicine or something like that. I want to just like, we have a month of downtime. I just want to study medicine for that entire month. Well, then you become proficient in medicine, and then you can take the skill bonus that you have in medicine and the proficiency bonus, and then add that math, and then write that down in the new number next to
Then I would have.
your medicine
So
check.
if it's 1 right now, it would be 3.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you were proficient, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then, can you explain to me what hit dice are?
Hit dice.
Yeah,
So
because I noticed that Christian's the only player that has any on his sheet. Or I guess Jack wrote 2d8.
yeah, so like
Christian has the number 1 in the total, and it just says 8 for the hit dice number.
that's what you roll. I'm pretty sure when you gain a level and you're rolling for hit points. And so the 1d8 is what he
Oh.
rolls.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's stupid to put that on a character sheet.
I don't think so, because he doesn't have to look it up every time he levels up.
Well, I'm sure. I guess it could be a long time. I don't need to argue about that. Never mind. I'm not gonna fucking grill your ass about a kid. That's stupid. Never mind. Fucking leftist unity, bro.
So you guys walk through the door and end up in the courtyard of a very like prominent looking fortress. The only thing that seems to concern you, however, is turning around, you notice that you are in like the middle of the astral sea. There's a dome surrounding the like area, but the dome is very like a thin veil that you can very clearly see the astral sea through. So if you can imagine just space, but like more purpley and sparkly and twinkly and a bunch of other colors and stuff, like you got the gist of it. And you're just kind of like, it's like a space station, if you will. And then Vax turns and starts walking toward inside the building, expecting you two to follow. As he does, he says, "Welcome to Point Nemo," and steps inside.
Point Nemo.
This guy's from the town we were in, right?
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
You walk into a very illustrious guild hall that has a variety of like different amenities. There's tables, there's there's tables for cards, there's tables for like drinking beer, there's a bar, there's a study, there's basically anything that an adventurer would want in this room, there almost is. The only thing that's peculiar to you is that there's nobody inside. Everything seems very like conveniently put in their place and very neatly organized, but everything looks relatively uninhabited except for the three of you in the room.
Can I ask a question?
For sure.
Is it dusty?
Is it what?
Dusty.
Are things
dusty?
dust
No.
covered, or are they all clean?
It is very clean. And
Everything
well
looks as
furnished
though
and well maintained.
Yeah, but it's unused, but also not dirty from being unused.
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, my stats are all fucked up. I'm on D&D Beyond. And like I didn't realize my proficiency bonus went up. And now I have to change all these numbers.
Oh no.
Fuck.
I have a
Is it
plus 10 to
seven?
performance. That's fucking wild.
That is nuts.
Got a 7 on deception and persuasion. Jesus, man. I mean, all your stats suck crap, though.
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
charisma's
no,
all I
never
got,
mind.
dog.
You have them all. You have them all switched. Your big numbers are in the modifier spot.
I disagree.
That's fine.
I don't know. I like seeing my modifiers in the big spot. Just a personal preference.
I hope I didn't break up a narrative.
No,
But
no,
I
you're
just
good.
was
I was
curious.
just describing the room real quick.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not in a rush tonight. Like, if you guys want to go till like 1 or
Cool.
2 in the morning, just fucking chilling and like doing stuff and whatever, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I got a leftover burrito.
A lot of what I'm
Oh,
doing
shit.
right now is kind of to just establish, like, if we're gonna meta game right now, like, a lot of what I'm doing is just establishing how my subsystem works, like, canonically.
Subsystem. Oh, I get it.
Yeah, my substitute system. I'm trying to implement a little like way for people to substitute coming in and out of the game, so that we don't have to deal with like needing everybody there all the time.
Oh, I
And-
thought you meant creating meta narratives that clash with main storylines.
Yeah, that's kind of like a way that's happening. So like basically it's like instead of
Yeah, you're right, actually,
instead
yeah.
of putting people through having someone else have to RP their character, I'm kind of establishing a way for people to break out of the main storyline, so that way, like, if the main party is losing a player that night, that person can just go run on errands and then catch up and explain their adventures again later. Or if there's nobody that night and only 1 or 2 people are here to play, then we can do what we're doing now, and we flesh out one of the adventures that they get to go on.
Yeah.
So, Vax lets you take in the room a little bit, and takes a seat at a nearby table, and then you go, first he walks over to the bar, grabs himself a drink from the local tap, comes back, and then has a seat. So, he after pouring himself a drink and enjoying a gulp or two, he asks, you want the long version or the short version?
Which one's more fun?
I mean,
I'm making you do the same thing. It's just on what context you need for everything. You know what I'm saying? Do you care about the fact that you're sitting in this fancy schmancy guild hall, or do you care more about what you want from me?
Better than a musky ass swamp.
is there like a table near me, or like
Yeah,
a,
so
a chair or something?
so there's a table like right
All
where
of the
he's
things
sitting.
on here,
Basically, where there's tables on the map, there are actual tables.
Yeah.
And then
There's
like
not
this is like a
necessarily,
railing like
a
slash
table.
like pit thing. Like it's kind of like a conversation.
I'm gonna saunter over to the railing and lean on the railing with my elbows, like I'm just chilling. And then I'm gonna look at him and say, "Give us the long version."
All right, well,
Take the long drag from cigarette.
get yourself cozy and grab a drink or two. You're all welcome to whatever you can find around here.
So they drink family beer.
Got any skooma?
Uh,
Got any skooma? Nah, man, I ain't
Got
into that
skooma?
hard shit.
That shit'll make you go blind.
He starts
real fun
rolling
way.
something up, lights it, takes some drags, passes it over to Sanaj. So, I work for, I guess we work for a group of people. We're all here for a pretty common goal. And, I think it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. We noticed a long time that, this, nice little universe we live in, it's a little unstable. And things like to leak in and out of it. And me, I'm one of the people who likes to me and a few other people, we've charged ourselves with making sure those leaks don't happen. Balance is a tricky thing, you know? Can't keep it perfect, but you can keep things from going crazy a little while. What you see before you is Point Nemo. This is where we come back and spend any of our leisure time if we have any. Though, time is a little finicky of a thing here. He pulls out a little device, and it's hard to describe. It's like a very clockworky magical trinket. We call this a chrono trigger. And we use it to create instances in time in places that we find where reality has broken too far beyond repair. With this, we can quarantine those areas, get people in, and take all the time we need until we can solve that instance. Also, it's very convenient in getting people out of the instances in certain situations. Though we have one such situation where it didn't bring our crew back. And that's why I've called you two. I need you to figure out what happened to him.
So you're like some kind of playing our justice force?
Yeah, you could call it something like that.
Fantasy SCP.
Fuck.
Heavy shit, man.
It's like there's more people in the world than just me.
Yeah, things can be pretty big and pretty little from your guys' perspective.
I'm gonna hand him the Necros Arcanus and be like, can you tell me anything? And the journal that I also took from that necromancer, before anything, I was wondering if you could tell me anything about these items.
Ooh. You know, I'm just a bard, man. I don't got a whole lot of insight on that kind of thing, but...
We're doing it!
Thanks, kitty. But... You sit pretty with me, and I might be able to introduce you to a guy who knows a thing or two about that.
Alright. Well,
Scratch my back a little bit. I might be able to scratch yours. You catch the drift?
So you're gonna give us one.
What are we waiting on? Get your back over here.
What'd you say, Aaron?
So you're gonna give us one of those chrono triggers?
Not quite. I'm gonna be using one to put you in an instance. See,
What if?
here's the scoop. We got a distress signal from one of our crews who didn't make it back. I need you guys to figure out what's gonna happen or what's happening to him. Luckily, they shouldn't be dead, but there's obviously something wrong if they're not able to be making it back on their own, or we're not able to recover. Unfortunately, the rest of our group's a little piled up at the moment, otherwise I'd be bringing out someone else. So I gotta bring in some new guys. But I don't think that's too beyond your guys' abilities. You both seem very, capable people.
I think we could handle it.
I'm thinking.
Think as long as you need to, bud. We got all the time in the world out here. You're between space and time right now.
Is that how you brought us here? With the chrono trigger?
No, I brought you here with magic, silly. I'm a bard. I'm from the College of Doors. If there's one thing I know, it's how to go through a door. Then, in the middle of the room, like, in the pit of the, like, rail that you're leaning on, he, materializes a, large double-sided door. Or, like, double doors, you know?
Yeah.
That's waiting for you whenever you're ready.
To go.
My doors act like
that's the portal
portals.
home.
They take me wherever I need them. This trigger here, this is just a luxury. It's for being part of the team. Who knows? Maybe you guys will be cool enough to get your own one day.
So they went through a door and now you can't find them.
Well,
All
these
right.
people are in a little more of a finicky situation that's a little beyond my abilities. You see, I can go anywhere in the material plane, and I can even go to some other planes, but sometimes the realms get a little fuzzy. They mush together like a weird pudding.
Fuck it, Aaron. You want to go get some pudding?
I might
Right
need to
through
bring
those
my
doors.
spoon.
I'm gonna use my performance of creation and create a life size or a large spoon.
Weapon
A,
size
a
spoon.
medium-sized spoon is the, or no, large. I could do a large spoon.
My spoon
You
is
can't
too
make like a
big.
sword size spoon.
And then I would also like to cast animate on this large spoon.
Oh fuck, dude! Are we gonna have a spoon person with us now?
Yes, and I'm going to send you his stats, Nick.
Oh god. Okay.
Oh
I'm
fuck!
gonna see what I can do for a spoon
Did
person.
you have a name in mind, Jack?
You know, you wanted the spoon, you name him.
Oh yeah. Fuck. All right, I'll come up with something.
All right. He could earn his name.
That's true too. We'll RP it when Nick finishes his calculus.
Yes. Calculating.
Calculating.
It's a spoon.
All all results point to it is a spoon.
It is a spoon. There you go.
Oh, this is hot.
Can we make it stand up straight?
I will
I was
try.
writing the spoon.
Yeah, I don't know how. I only know how to flip it over.
How do you make a character lay down? I guess just like
Tip it over.
Yeah, it's easier for characters like Sinaj who can actually fall over.
Yeah, every time you stand them up.
He just
Well,
looks
this
at your
is
spoon and he's like,
glorious.
pretty cool, man.
Have you ever seen a creation so glorious? He made this with his bare hands.
I
You're a
mean,
mere bard.
you ever seen a door with arms? He puts arms on his door.
This is
They're like big flexy arm muscles.
Aye, sir, but can your door talk?
Can that thing talk?
Rise, Spoon, and speak.
I'm not sure if they could talk.
Oh, it's just animated. Animated meant like also like like it's a character. It's a
It
Spoon from The Beauty and the Beast.
The spoon understands us, but can I could send you the
Yeah,
thing
that would
too,
help.
Aaron, so you
Thank
can
you.
know what the spoon
The
does.
spoon understands,
I was
but
just-
cannot communicate back.
Fuck.
I before anything, I'm going to
R2D2.
canonically say I imagined the spoon with arms, legs, and googly eyes.
Awesome. I'm also
looks
giving
just
it the
like
ability
trash.
to it can like through a series of like sign language that only Sanaj can understand, utter like very simple phrases. So it's like a thieves'
He's
can.
gonna run around doing like hand signs like Naruto.
Exactly.
Oh man, what new fresh hell is this?
And with that, are you guys walking through the door? Dex is like, I don't mind, we can hang out.
I wanna take Spoon's hand and walk with him to the door.
We'll follow.
And I'll take Sanaj's hand and my other hand. And we'll walk bravely through the threshold yonder door.
Spoon takes the occasional moment to like swing in your arms a little bit, like he's a kid, like going to the store.
Mm,
And with that,
this pleases me.
this pleases me. Parenthood. It comes in the most unlikely of places.
So like,
All right.
geez, does this last forever?
This music?
No, this dancing item.
Oh, the
Until it
animated item?
dies or I die.
Oh fuck, dude. That means I have to keep you alive or else Spoon dies.
Yep.
Wow, I might have to sack. Oh, dude. That's really gonna break my character's heart. I've become very attached to the Spoon in the last 2 minutes.
Oh shit. I'm reading it does last for an hour.
Oh, never mind. My character is not attached to the Spoon.
He is lost.
Nick,
said
its
attachment.
spoon lasts longer than an hour.
I
No.
will allow that if you can manage to cast like that a spell again before. Well, okay. What level's that spell?
It's a long rest action.
Oh. Oh no.
You have to rest. You
How do I
short rest
figure this
every
out?
hour.
What's the spell? Oh, so it's once every long rest, so it doesn't use a spell slot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Should I
right
keep it
now,
alive with my bardic inspiration.
currently, right now, time is a little fucky wucky. So like, he gets to stay.
Yeah.
We will have to figure
Yeah.
out how to get him. Well, I bet if you do enough stuff with these people, then he might be able to stay. As
Spoon
time.
could go work at the bar.
I mean, in canon sessions, I could always bring him back for an hour at a time. That's no biggie.
Oh, it's true. I could all just keep Spoon in my pocket.
Keep a little spoon in your pocket. and then
Yeah,
I could like recreate, transform him into Big
Yeah.
Spoon.
And then when Spoon comes back to life, he tells stories of like, I have lived many lives.
Yeah, it can definitely
In
be the
one of
same
my
Spoon that
past
gets
lives, I
animated
was in
over
the
and over
astral
again.
plane.
But
That's
these
hilarious.
episodes, like these moments that you're going through, these are like partially canon. So like if you get items or anything from any of these incursions, you can come back with them. Anything that you do with
Oh.
the Bard of the Doors is able to happen in a like reasonable amount of time that's able for you to like go on a whole ass adventure and then come back and be like, what did I miss? And have it all play out
Yeah.
canonically. And all of these places that exist, these are all like things that are happening in other parts of my world that need fixing, and things like that. So there's merit and there's worth to coming to these little side episodes, for sure.
Mhm.
All right, we're in a little cove.
Yeah, so you guys traveled through the door, and was like the door led you through a through an ethereal pathway that like traversed like led you traverse like briefly through the ethereal plane, um with a like a structured path to the next door. You follow the hallway and then lead through the door onto the shore of a twilit cove. The like the shoreline around you and the land that is surrounding you is like very concrete material, but looking out in the distance of the sea feels very vague. You almost as if like reality stops, like the horizon doesn't really like, you can't really like envision a horizon right there. It doesn't really exist. So like it feels like the sea is just escaping into the void of blackness beyond the stars. You see this is a small like structure, uh, and then there's a lighthouse. The area around you is very dark and well, like I said, twilight, so it's very dark and is lit by these bright lights that exist in the stars and in the fauna as well, or flora.
I
Um,
think
All right.
yeah.
so. There's a path that's clear. I mean, like, for all intents and purposes, this map is literally the layout of the land, right?
Mm-hmm. That's like usually how I do it, just because
So there's
it's kind of hard to imagine new shit or oh this doesn't exist.
over something that's existing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I guess we'll go down the path.
well,
No, maybe.
does the light? I mean, does either of these buildings look interesting for any particular reason? Like,
Um.
do they look very busy, or they're lit up, or
Well, both of them are lit up. The lighthouse is lit up because it is a lighthouse. And then the other one is,
ooh,
yeah, the other one's lit up as well. Nothing like there's doesn't seem to be like any hustle or anything like that. There's not like a whole like. Thank you, Kat. Thank you for knocking that over for me. Um. There doesn't seem to be any like. What's the word? Um. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of
I
people,
can't.
but it's inhabited. For sure.
And they're like not walking around outside. They're just, you can tell that there's people using the building.
Yeah, the lights are on, but there's a. It's not that there's nobody. You can't tell if anyone's home right now.
Sure. Um, does if I am holding Sinaj and I miss these steps, Do we both teleport?
That's a good question.
It's probably good to know for the future too.
Nope, it's just you. You and your belongings.
Fudge. All right. Well, we should probably just walk up to Coven.
What if I belong to Aaron?
Oh, that's true. What if I pull my pocket
could,
out and he grabs onto
theoretically,
it?
if one of you has a bag of holding, you could theoretically fit inside of his bag of holding, and then he could Misty Step. That is definitely a thing that can happen.
Christian has the bag of holding.
Christian's the one with the bag, right?
Yeah.
Well, should probably just go up the cove then, I suppose.
Alright, give me just a moment, and then I'll be able to change it. I just need to get the right figurines.
Because these are up on ledges, right? They're not readily accessible from down here.
Well, there's a path that leads to the building, for sure. The lighthouse is not very accessible at the moment. You would need to, like, climb from where you're at, or you'd need to find a place around, for sure.
Yeah, it's up to you, Jess and I.
Yeah, I'm hearing go up the cove, so I'm cool with that.
Hmm? Yeah.
Sorry,
there,
I
Joe?
will be right back. 2 minutes.
Okay. No worries.
No problems, bro. I'm itching to get down into, like, a closed space. I want to get into, like, a fucking dwarf place.
Oh, like a... Do you mean like a dungeon, or like caves, or what are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I assume if I try and get my pirate character to steer people towards one of the fucking dwarf and, like, the red areas, you know, like the mountains that you have for the dwarves, something like that will happen.
Yeah, you guys are heading
There'll
toward
be
a
dwarves and
dwarvish...
maybe jewels and...
You guys are heading toward a dwarf place in the main or in the Deathless campaign.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you just gotta get past this bog first.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. I got fine traps on this guy, so I don't have that on the other guy.
Oh, I am well aware. And just because you're going through a bog doesn't mean the whole thing's a bog.
Oh, God.
There's
too much.
There's many ways. There are many doors, Ed boy.
Oh, there are many doors, Ed boy. Oh, God.
Okay, kitties, where are you? Are you hiding behind my stuff? Fairlane. It is not kitten friendly.
I returned.
Sick.
Oh, hello.
Alright. You guys move up the cove, or up the coast. start going inland, and you start running into more of like a things start getting really green, and you run into a forest glaive and keep following the path until you reach a humongous tree. And at this tree, you see the three people that they were. Well, you see three bodies at the trunk of the tree, laying down asleep. Yeah, so you can pretend these guys are asleep.
Hmm.
Three dudes at the trunk of the tree asleep.
Yeah, they're sleeping.
That is a big tree. Uh,
Let me get
I'm
some.
gonna cast Mage Hand,
All right.
and I'm gonna poke them with the Mage Hand.
You poke them with the main hand, and they kind of like turn over, but like one of one of them, like the one you're poking, turns over and stuff, but like keeps sleeping. He kind of like pushes it away, like he's like it's something like he's interpreting it in the middle of a dream, and it's like interrupting him, but it's interrupting him in the dream too.
Mm.
Like, you know, when you do kind of like the 5 more minutes, mom, sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So like, I want to walk over and then just sit down, lean up against the tree trunk,
All right.
and chill.
You sit down and begin to meditate. So Naj, what do you do?
I'm gonna spoon for a few minutes and see what happens.
You guys should like go somewhere like where you can see the like art hidden probably. And then, oh yeah, dude, that way if something happens, then you can use some of your fucking weird ass spells to like make me look supernatural or something.
Yeah. Real quick, I'm gonna take out that fucking rope I got, and I'm gonna go put it around Aaron's waist, and then I'm gonna when all back, bring it back to me with these bushes and tie it to the immovable rod
Okay.
and press the button.
Very cool.
Yeah, just
Fuck, so now I'm on a leash?
yeah, you got a safety tether.
Okay.
Safety tether. The tether of safety.
What the spoon do?
I'm gonna have Spoon watch the flank.
True.
Spoon's gonna watch the flank. All right.
Oh yeah, is it only Sinaj that can communicate with Spoon?
Yeah.
He could understand you too.
Yeah, he can understand
Oh,
you,
okay.
but as far as like Spoon's sign language stuff, you're gonna need to take some time to like learn it.
Just Sinaj.
Yeah. It's just Sinaj because
Yeah.
it's all like mannerisms that
yeah.
Sinaj would totally do in that situation. So he's like, aha, aha, wait a minute. Like that happens literally every time.
That's the Spoon talking. Yeah. It's like the Sixth Sense.
He'll go, ha, you're doing a fun. Oh, wait, I do that whenever I need someone to. Oh, okay.
Gotta go pee? Gotta go
Yeah,
pee?
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. When I
Spoon
do
gotta
the
go
spoon
pee-pee?
dance, when I have to go pee.
The spoon. Spoon. Okay, so.
All right, I like the setup we got.
Yeah, you guys keep watch, and this goes on for a while, and nothing seems to happen.
And
About 20
wait,
minutes.
like how long?
About 20 minutes go
okay.
by. Nothing like extraordinary has happened. However, like Aranabi continues to meditate. No one has moved from their positions yet. and the adventurers continue to sleep.
All right, I'm gonna go out into this nice open area to where I'm not like around anybody, and I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave. See if that wakes him up.
All right, you cast the thunder wave. The sound is loud enough to shake the nearby trees and scare the birds away and the like small like running around rodent creatures that would be inhabiting the forest that are all around you. It even startles
Ooh, I
Aranabi a
bet
bit.
that hit Spoon. Spoon's
But
made of metal.
Spoon don't give a shit. Yeah, Spoon's made of metal. Ooh. He's made of silver. I don't know how
Like
how conductible silver is as a metal, but if you can get the right alloy, you could probably superconduct Spoon.
Well,
That would be sick.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
I actually have this idea of when we do go into battle. I'm good spoilers, I guess. I'm going to use my didgeridoo to produce flame on Spoon and heat him up red hot. So when he goes to battle and he's gonna like headbutt people, and it'll just burn the fuck out of them.
That's gonna be sick.
Interesting. I
Interesting.
don't have that power. So the thunder didn't wake him up?
The thunder didn't wake him up. Do you continue to do what you guys are doing?
I mean, you gotta wake up at some point.
That's not necessarily true.
Seems
Really?
like they're under some sort of charm. Let's see.
Oh, I have an idea, dude. Do you have any food on you?
I could use my calm emotions. It suppresses any effect causing a target to be charmed or frightened.
You don't have any food on you?
I do not have any. Well, I can make some mayonnaise.
I can make some
Oh, that's
mayonnaise.
nice. I have 10 cabbages.
We can make a cabbage salad.
Well, I was thinking maybe if we had something to cook, smell of bacon might wake them up, but I guess not.
Yeah. I
And
guess
then
I'm
they'd be like,
gonna.
hey guys, we woke up, here's breakfast. Don't attack us.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to cast calm emotions on them then.
Okay. You cast Calm Emotions. Are you doing it on? Is that an area effect or is it just on one person? Is there a target or?
20 foot radius sphere from point I choose.
Okay. You you wake up. You actually end up waking up one of them. You wake up the wizard. But the other two still stay asleep. He drifts awake. He goes. After like it's so relaxed. Like they feel so relaxed, and like the way he wakes up, it feels like he's like a baby waking up from like a long restful night of sleeping, and he's like, oh, what? Where am I? Oh,
I was hoping you could tell us that.
blazes! I'm back here in real life. No, you woke me up, didn't you? Didn't you? And
I thought you were.
he starts like flailing at the nearest possible person, which is Aranabi.
Aaron, tie him up with the rope.
He grabs him. He starts grabbing him by like the cuff of his shirt, and like by his shirt. He starts grabbing and starts shaking him. Do you realize what you've done? Do you realize we are in danger? You get me back in there. Get me back in there this instant.
How do we go back?
He sits there and he
Oh
like
my-
pauses for a moment. Blazes. I'm a buffoon. You have to go to sleep. Go to sleep now.
I just took a nap, dude.
There's no time. Do what you can. Just close your eyes and lay down, or something. Here, I can cast a spell on you. Ooh. He starts waving his wand around.
I can't be put to sleep by magic.
Oh, blast! You two are elves. You two are elves, don't you? Aren't you? Oh, it is fine. Simply meditate. Be there. You'll have to.
All right.
It may take forever. It may take over an hour, but believe me, no time will pass.
No time. I shall sit crisscross applesauce and oh,
Excellent, excellent. I will see you back in the dream realm. Where was I? And then he points his wand at his face and like mutters some magical gibberish and like puts himself to sleep.
We're going to fucking imagination land.
As
All
you two
right.
begin to, as you two meditate and sit there for a while, doing your thing, one second.
This is nice.
An ethereal like mist begins pouring out from the tree and the veins and like the places in the tree where it would be like breathing, I guess, like from the breaches in the trunks and things like that and the leaves and what have you, and like
The bark.
begins pouring out of the bark and fills pools around the spaces that you are sitting in. Eventually, you begin to feel ethereal mist, or like not feel it, but like sense it, coming from your bodies itself, and becoming one with the scape or like the scenescape around you. You are pulled in to the deep ethereal, otherwise known as the dreamscape, and come upon a
Oh my god.
an exciting sight. The world that you are like moving in is like a current jumble of shapes and forms. It never like sustaining itself for a mere moment. It's a complete manifestation of all of the people's ideas present. Some people's wills are more stronger than others, meaning that some people have like there are some parts that are more materialized and some that aren't. A lot of that also is dependent on like your will. Entering the dreamscape means that you are entering a different sense of reality. This is a part of the ethereal realm, but it is a realm that's influenced by your willpower. So like, as far as game rules are concerned, for instance, your strength and dexterity are not determined by that anymore. Your wisdom determines your strength, and your dexterity is determined by your intelligence. That being said, bards are very different from every normal adventurer who goes into the area. Bards have, because of their like unique sense of self and their like, I guess they're like, I don't know, their exponential willpower, their creativity allows them to exist in this world beyond the limitations of what a normal person would be able to do. Meaning, like, your charisma modifier you can use for everything.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so if you're running a strength check, you get to use your charisma to run that strength check. If you're, and things like that. In this space too, in the dream space, you can also materialize things by your willpower. Basically trying to like, basically you can take an action to say that you're going to try and manifest a let's say you want to manifest like some ground, like some earth to walk on, or like a bridge, or you want to manifest like some kind of object or something like that. You can do that in the ethereal plane very like easily, depending on how on your wisdom. So Aaron, if you want to do that, you would roll a wisdom check. If Sanaj would want to do that, he would roll a charisma check.
So
Nice.
Yeah.
I would like to
Also,
do a backflip and then conjure an ice cream cone.
yeah, 100%. You do a backflip and start floating like in the space, just like in midair. And pop the most delicious triple scoop ice cream cone of the best flavors you can think of.
Yeah,
I want to do some
I
too.
like this place.
If they're small enough like that, you're able to like do things like that pretty easily. If you're trying to manifest, like, let's say you're on the battlefield and you're like, I want to create a 10 by 10 square that I can step on, you know? That's going to take like an action to do.
I'm gonna walk over.
Also, you have omnidirectional movement here, meaning that you, as you move through things, Aranabi with his etherealness is probably the most closely related to like just normal movement. But for everyone else, it feels like you're like flowing through mud, in any direction that you please.
One level away from etherealness.
Yeah, and then like for
I'm gonna
Aranabi, it's like he's walking through it, like it's no effort. Sorry, go on, Aaron. I just interrupted you.
I walk towards the spoon, and I take it both my hands and hold it by the bottom curves of its spoon part of its body, and I look in his spoon eyes, and in my head I'm thinking, "Speak to me, spoon." Can I roll for the spoon to talk?
Yes.
Alright, big money. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. And stop.
Okay. How do you imagine the voice of the spoon?
And oh man. Let's just do I can't remember his name now. God damn it. That guy who squints all the time, you know?
Who squints all the time? Oh, Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah,
Clint
Gilbert
Eastwood?
Godfrey.
Oh.
He's Gilbert Godfrey.
Oh my god.
Aranabi, through the power of your will, you have summoned a voice for this lowly spoon. I am eternally in your debt. Brother, let us traverse the cosmos. Together, we will walk hand in hand, uncovering the secrets of all of the universe. Have you ever read the book The 50 Shades of Grey?
I look at him like, there's tears forming and slowly falling down my face. And I'm looking at him, still holding him by the bottom of his spoon head. And to him, I look like, the elves when they revive people in Lord of the Rings,
Yeah, dude.
And I say to him, my dear spoon, you and I will travel together to eternity. Or something. That was
Dearest Aranami, I would love nothing more to sail beyond the seas and the realms of the earth with you.
Then it
Please,
shall be.
kiss me, my beloved savior.
And I rub the side of my head in the curve of his head.
He leads in a little bit closer, but stops just halfway. Just before his lips meeting yours. And then he presses
Stop, spoon.
a
We're
little
moving too
closer.
fast.
I'm gonna slowly trudge my way through the ethereal mud to the group of people while Aranavi is making out with my spoon.
Yeah, you do this like creative variation of like swims and swirls as you like flow around through the ethereal space. It's almost like gosh, if you ever been able to fly in your dreams,
Few
like
times.
there's been a few times where I've been really good at it, and there have been a few times where I'll try to fly in my dream. I'll get up, I'll do a big jump, I'll jump up really high, and I'll start floating, and then I'll start sinking really hard.
Yeah.
But that's not happening to you today. You are going where you need to go. You know that stuff where your punches don't hurt in your dreams? Your punches hurt in your dreams.
Yay.
Yay.
No, dude, your punches don't have any power.
They are fueled with charisma.
Creativity, yeah. As you are like floating through the ethereal space, you're hearing what sounds like battle, but you're not really able to get like an idea on like where it is. You see like one of the characters swoosh by you from one cloud of ethereal, like from one ethereal cloud to the next one, and get lost into the fog again. You're hearing like various like levels of spell casting and like swords hitting against things.
It sounds like there's a commotion.
And then
And I want to, hold on. Wait. What were you going to do? You go first.
okay. Then suddenly the wizard you saw from earlier flies through a cloud and ends up floating into a clearing, but like isn't really able to like get any like footwork anywhere, like so he's just kind of like floating, like there's no gravity or anything pushing it, like he's just like pushing from his own momentum and drifting still further from you.
Ah, you seem to have made it. Excellent work. Now you just have to.
And then he gets lost into another cloud.
He
Give me
didn't finish what he was gonna say.
I thought he was going to come back.
He comes pushing back again after like finding something to like launch himself off of.
You must do something about this fog.
And he's like drifting away upside down into another cloud.
I shall cast Warding Wind.
All right. Doing so, has an exponentiated effect, warding not just like warding beyond the radius that it gives you normally. It pushes everything surrounding you, all these like clouds away, and gives you a better clearing of things. To which you see the creature that they're facing now. Things have become more clear, and you finally see a two fighters and the wizard all taking different positions on different pieces of rock that are like floating around, these floating debris. And then you see a creature of twisted shape. It looks like a chimera, but it's like the idea of it is like more nightmarish than it typically is, like seems to be. A pool of like black ethereal tendrils seem to like, or like a black aura surrounds it that is like eating up the reality that it is like currently inhabiting. So you see like material that just like deteriorates into nothing if it's weak enough. Roll me a both of you roll me a perception check.
Second.
No worries. I need to find some combat music anyway.
17.
Yep.
Okay.
What was it again?
All right.
Perception.
Yeah.
Nine.
Directly above the battlefield, you see a man with his arms crossed floating and observing what's been happening this entire time. Now that the area is cleared, he is revealed for the first time. He sees that Sanaj and Aranabi have both noticed him, and quickly misty steps to an unseen location, like some fog surrounding the battlefield. There's clouds still like on the edges, but more of the battlefield's revealed now.
Ah!
The wizard notices you.
You've finally done it! Please, you have to help us! We are stuck in this dream realm until our pursuers can be thwarted off!
The chimera. Oh, go ahead.
I look back at Spoon as we break our embrace, and I say, "My Spoon, you are needed here in this battle. Take up arms with us and fight."
Oh, what parting brings such sweet sorrow! But alas, I would die for you, Aranabi! You have my spoon!
He takes arms. It's basically just like putting some fisticuffs up.
I imagine he's got like hands that look like the hamburger helper glove.
Yup, I'm seeing that too. Like he's like fucking 100% like a 30s cartoon. Like
Yeah.
or like the what's the like green is not a creative color. Like he's like one of those.
Definitely. Definitely those googly eyes are what I'm going for.
Let's get creative.
One is bigger than the other.
It's hard being a princess.
All right.
Well, I'll turn and unsheath my swords and invigorate Spoon.
I'm gonna preemptively produce flame with my didgeridoo, but not like shoot it anywhere.
All
Just
right,
have it
you gonna
chilling
ready
at
the
the tip.
attack?
Yeah.
Sounds good. You want to roll for hit just so I know when the time comes? Oh, are you gonna trigger it whenever an enemy comes in range, or how are you gonna do that?
Well, like, I could. The spell works like I could produce the flame, and then I could like shoot it out too. But like, I could also just keep it like.
Oh, sorry. I was understanding it as if you were readying an attack.
Well, basically what I'm gonna do is have that produce like flame on the tip of my didgeridoo, and then I'm gonna try to chuck it like a spear because I got that pike stuff added.
All right.
My
1 second.
didgeridoo trident.
Yeah.
My
Are you gonna
didgeridoo.
ready that attack, or are you gonna throw it right now?
I'm just gonna ready it.
Awesome. Sounds good. All right. The nightmarish chimera gives out a very huge bellowing roar / shriek and begins charging at the spearman, hopping on multiple different like pieces of debris, heading toward Sanage's direction. He comes into range. Do you want to hit him now, or do you want to wait?
Yeah, I'm gonna chuck that fucking didgeridoo spear at him.
All right, give me a roll for hit. Add your charisma for your chance to hit. All right, that's a 9.
13.
13. What's this dude got? What's this dude got? What do you got? What do you got? All right. With a little luck, you could actually make it.
A luck point.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. I got luck points to spend.
Let's go. All right. With that luck point, you bring in the pain with a hit with your flaming lance. I'll let you do an additional like D4. Well, let's see. No, do a D8. Yeah, you can roll a D8 with that produced flame on it.
So a D8 and a D12.
Yeah. Yeah, that works.
I think those are D8s and D12s. 11.
All right. Very cool. You're able to knock it off its course while it's on its way, giving the warrior the reaction time needed to find a different patch of debris to stand on that isn't in the Chimera's path. The Chimera then takes his sights from the warrior onto Sanaj, however. Let's see. Okay. This guy Misty steps again. What's your guys' passive perception?
Let's see. Pass it at 13.
All right, and then what's Aaron? What's your guys' passive? 13 as well. Okay,
Mine's 13 as well.
sounds good.
Nice.
All right, I'll have you guys now roll for initiative.
Ooh. God. I got 10.
19.
So now just on a roll today.
I'm making some good ass rolls, dude.
What was yours? 12, Aaron?
10.
10?
Yeah.
All right. Sanaj gets the initiative for the first attack. What do you do?
Let's see. I'm gonna have my mage hand get back my didgeridoo from the impaled chimera that's impaled in the chimera.
You're gonna do what? Sorry. Oh, you're using Mage Hand to grab it?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I figured it might be a little easier than trying to use Dream Force.
Dream Force. For sure. Yeah, you pull it back with ease. Is that an action?
I guess I do have a bonus action. Let me see. I can't really do much with my bonus actions.
Yeah, you got your inspirations. That's it. And then okay.
Yeah, I'll throw a bardic inspiration to Aaron Abby.
And then
Do you know how to use those, Aaron?
No.
Okay, I'll send you the thing.
Give it to the spoon.
then it's Spoon's turn.
Oh yeah, I'll give bardic inspiration to Spoon.
There you go.
Now that he can speak and construct his own character.
And he has that
Perfect
mode of
for the first time.
potential too.
Thank you, gracious war god! I will not forget this!
Oh,
All
that
of
didn't
you
work.
shall fall in fear! My master's mode of potential!
And then yeah, it's Spoon's turn. So you get to control Spoon.
All right. I'm just gonna have fucking Spoon go for it. Like, basically just try to, like, head charge the Chimera and head slam it. Use my force-empowered slam.
Awesome. Let's see it.
Let's see. How do I hit one? Wait. Do I just roll to hit like my charisma?
Yeah.
Okay, Jesus fucking Christ.
Hell
22.
yeah. So that hits. Roll for damage.
Okay, 1d10 in my charisma modifier.
Your Spoon like fucking orients itself like it's a fucking missile and just right into the dude's face.
7.
Hell yeah. The Chimera moves to attack. he lurches, he flings himself over at the warrior and strikes him with his claws. He's able to make contact with him in the dream realm and deals a considerable amount of damage to him. Move, kitty. He then shoots over to Aranabi and with his claws forward, going in for another strike.
I like this.
But Aranabi is too quick and passes and lets and slides lets the creature slide on by. The creature finds its footing again, manifesting some debris for it to stand on before seemingly drifting off into space and orients itself right here. The fighter jumps forward and ends up right about here. And then the wizard moves into a position where he can cast Ray of Frost, but is unable to make contact with the beast. Aranabi sees this miss, but notices the distraction and is able to take an opportunity of his own. Aranabi, it's your turn. What'd you kitties do with the string? You always take the string from me. If you didn't take the string from me, I'd be able to keep playing with you.
Well. Not sure what to do. I'm gonna run back this way, and I'll just, well, actually, hold on. Yeah, it's not bad. I'll cast Hunter's Mark, and then I'll fire an arrow out.
Alright, let's see it.
$15 plus fucking, what is it? 5?
Yeah.
20?
That's a hit. You end up firing an
Ooh.
arrow, shooting right into the goat's head of the beast.
$1d8 plus 3.
Doing 8 damage to it.
And then 1d6. 8 plus 3, so 11.
11 damage?
Plus 5.
Plus
16.
5. Alright. Nice. Okay, this third fighter makes a leap, but is lost in a nearby cloud, as it drifts by the landscape again. And you're unable to see what he does with the rest of his turn.
Curious.
Sanaj is up next.
One sec. Yeah, I'm just gonna use my produce flame at the Chimera
Sounds good.
for my didgeridoo. That is a 15.
That's a 15. All right, that hits.
And let's see, 2d8. 11.
11 damage.
Yep.
All right. The Chimera makes his repose, lunges over at Sanaj and attacks him with his teeth. Sanaj dips quickly underneath him and evades the attack, popping up just cartoonishly right behind him, giving the snake a little something to fuss up about. He turns around, or the snake then makes a quick lash with its tail attack, and is able to hit Sanaj and deal 8 damage to him. Let's see. The fighter goes in and tries to lunge at him with his spear. The attack makes contact, and he does a small portion of damage to the beast. The wizard moves over here and casts another Ray of Frost. The Ray of Frost hits him this time and freezes part of the goat's horns. After looking at the damage done, the party can see that the Chimera is already suffering some wounds. However, it's then when the fog clears and they notice that their companion over who got lost in the cloud is currently being detained by the provoker that was observing the battlefield before. He holds the character up by the neck and begins muttering some soft incantation to himself, siphoning the energy and the essence from the warrior right before your eyes.
The Chimera's doing this?
There was another person that you guys were seeing, and he's finally revealed himself onto the battlefield.
Sorry, my room making them.
Yeah, I don't know if you're seeing dots, so I would understand. But yeah, he's the dude over here.
Okay.
Aranabi is up next.
Would the spoon be able to launch me like a catapult?
Yes. Yes, it can.
Then I'd like to look over at the spoon and say, "Prepare for launch."
All right, I want to see Romeo quick.
And I mount the spoon.
Roll me a quick wisdom check.
All right.
All right.
Fuck.
Jack, roll me a quick charisma check.
14.
All right. He launches you across the field. Where are you trying to get to? You trying to get over to here? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to save the guy.
He launches you over the dude, and it's overshot a bit. So you're kind of drifting above him, and you're like drifting a little bit away. And you haven't necessarily
I shoot an
gotten.
arrow in the sky while I'm
Yeah,
flying.
absolutely. Because you are moving currently, and you're not able to stop, because you rolled a little low. You're gonna have to roll this with disadvantage.
Alright.
Or you can use the action to make like some space around you, but you'll be able to get your footing for a better attack next time. Oh no.
God damn it.
Alright, your shot misses and ends up hitting the dude that he's holding in the back.
Okay. Fuck.
As this happens,
That's a good idea in theory.
he sees that he's through with his victim and lets him fall into the deep ethereal, and like his body just begins to like fall through the clouds and stuff.
Crap.
The wizard goes, "My word! Somebody get him!" And like makes a dive himself in that direction, using the action on his turn later. But Sinaj is up next, so
Oh.
I'm gonna cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on that the fucking floaty dude.
all right. He does not do well on that save. I need to check something real quick. Because, I'm trying to figure out how this works if he's incapable of laughter. Oh, okay, yeah, that's why. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, it works. Yeah, it works. Alright, anything else you want to do with your turn?
See. Got that chimera. That was a full action. I'm gonna. No, we'll call that good.
Alright. You find the laughter that the fit of laughter that he's going through to be a little weird. You can't see his face, first of all. He, the fit of laughter he's going through is more of just, he's kind of, flailing around, almost agitatedly. But, very quickly. And not, all of it's very, isolated. So it's not like he's taking, the maximum amount of space that you would if you were flailing. I don't know, it's hard. He's very twitchy right now. He's just, very twitchy and vibrating very quickly. And, let's see, with that, the Chimera makes his move, and makes an attack on the warrior again. Dealing a considerable blow to him. He looks particularly bloodied at the moment. Kitty, you can't go in there. And then he lunges face first with its teeth out and tries to make a bite at Aranabi, and ends up making contact with his leg. The bite on his leg ends up doing 6 damage to him. And let's see. Then it's... Oh, I keep skipping Spoon's turn. It's Spoon's turn.
Spoon is yet again gonna go headbutt the Chimera. Oh, it is
no.
a 6.
The snake grabs the spoon in mid-flight and begins using it as a weapon against Aranabi.
No!
He's grabbing it with his tail and just kind of like holding it, being like, back, back.
That's a spoon you must resist.
I do not consent to how I'm being used currently. Help!
Did you hear that, Chimera? He does not consent.
Oh,
He does not want any tea.
oh, I'm sorry. And puts it back down.
Wait a minute. Why are you fighting us?
He goes back to being a mindless, horrid, hideous nightmare beast.
Dang it, I thought we had something going there.
You can talk? I mean, roar! No, I'm evil. Roar. All right. The wizard dives and uses his action to try and go save his friend. He manifests a piece of debris that they're both able to stand on that's stable enough for them. And that's his turn. Aranabi, you're up next.
I'm all by myself over here. I'm going to imagine that I'm falling from the sky above the Chimera. Can I roll for that?
Yeah, roll a wisdom check. All right, you get up there, but not very far.
In the sky?
Well, no, wait, never mind. You don't have to do that, actually. You can just use your movement to do that. Never mind. You just do that. You don't, sorry. You don't have to imagine yourself, you move up to the higher point and use all of the movement you can to get to a high point in the sky.
Oh. And then I'm going to...
Or whatever you need to complete the move.
Yeah, and then I wanted to come down onto it and, like, fucking stab it and, like, try to maybe control it or something. Imagine myself controlling it. Because, like, if it's Dream World, I'm dreaming.
Hell yeah. All right. Currently, what you're able to do in this action is make your attack. So you go ahead and roll to hit with advantage. Awesome. You're able to plunge both of your blades into its back, like right around the nape of its neck.
Yeah, near the top head.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Go ahead and roll for damage for that attack.
Wait, why'd I roll a d20? What the fuck am I doing? Damn, that's annoying. 1d6 plus 3 poison, 7, and then the 6 for the hunter's mark. 8.
You got 8 total?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or for one sword.
Okay.
That's all I was really trying to do. Just to, like, mount it.
In a homebrew campaign I played once, I had an ability where my damage, I had to roll 24d6.
Jesus.
It was annoying as shit.
I can see that being okay to do like online, but like, oh, it's still having to do that every time would be so annoying.
It that was like part of the like stipulation of me getting such a good ability. The downside was I had to fucking roll all that and count it.
What a fucking meta way to balance the game. Like, fine, you can be overpowered. I'll give you your unlimited wish. You just have to say the entire cantation of the spell every single time you want to cast it.
Exactly.
You have
So I
to.
had to use it sparingly so I didn't take up the entire session just calculating damage.
My God. As the wizard is grabbing his like buddy, he noticed that he's in a current like in critical condition. Under like muttering under his breath, he goes, he took my powers. He took my magic. Be careful, you two! He can take magic away! The creature, the being, that, usurped the fellow of his spells is able to break out of the fit of laughter that Tasha put her, or the spell, put him through. Pulls out his sword and misty steps onto the back of the chimera.
Ugh.
Makes a strike at
Okay.
Aranabi. Through the sheer surprise, the first strike is able to hit Aranabi and slash him in his back, dealing 8 damage to him. The second one is able to be parried by his free sword. And Aranabi is still able to maintain his position on the Chimera's back without being thrown off.
How much damage do I take?
You took 8 damage. And with that, though, Sanaj now takes the initiative.
Alright, let's see. Where am I at? I'm over here. I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on that dude.
All right.
As a, let's see. It's level 1. So it's a level, third level spell.
All right. I make the wisdom throw. He failed his throw. So that's what, 3d6 psychic damage?
I'd cast it as a third level, so it's 5d6.
Oh, nice. All right, you successfully scramble this dude's brain.
Holy shit, 19.
Wow.
And he moves as far away from me as possible. He uses his uses his reaction to move as far away as possible.
All right, he shoots back to the corner over here. The distance may seem exaggerated, but you have exaggerated movement in the ethereal plane, so. And he flies himself into a foggy cloud. And so I'll make a fog of war. Oh no, that's not a fog of war.
What's nice about that spell is even if he doesn't, if he does make the saving throw, he still takes half damage.
Yeah, it's a fat spell. Alright, and then let's see. Reveal Fog of War. There we go. You two have the power. You can reveal Foggy Wars. Alright, if that's all your turn is up, or if that's it for your turn, then Mr. Spoon is up next.
Mm-mm.
The Spoon can also reveal Fog of War.
I want Spoon to concentrate on becoming really, really hot. Or does he have Dream World potential?
Yeah, he's just gonna have to use an action to do that.
Yes, I was cool with that, yeah.
Very cool. Alright.
Oh, it almost landed on a 16, but an 11.
Okay, he successfully, he sits there and just starts getting real heated. Thinking about all the injustices done to him. All the times he's been used up and cast out, washed up, and tossed into the drawer. All the soup he's been used for to scoop all the everything. And yeah, he is sufficiently heated.
I'm still on top of that guy, right?
You are still on top of him, but he does have a move. So his first action is gonna be to he swipes at you with his tail. But you're not in a position that's convenient enough for the snake to bite you in any way. After getting fed up with that, he lunges himself over at the warrior in critical condition and tries to get himself a quick snack in the middle of the fight. Fuck, that's okay.
Can I jerk the sword I have dug in to try and change his direction?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a roll for that.
God, it was on a fucking 20 and then it tipped.
Alright, you twist the blade into his back, but it's insufficient. He moves toward, I can't believe I gotta do this. He grabs the fighter by his skull and begins, just shaking him like a dog. With, like a dog's got something in his mouth, just thrashing him back and forth. And, yeah, some shit flies off. He now stands before the wizard, chewing on the warrior's severed head.
This is no dream! This is a nightmare!
The wizard, charges a ray of frost and, is able to, land 10 damage onto the foe. Oh. Come here, kitty. The warrior goes in for a stabbing, after seeing his friend die. And is like completely inept in the realm of reality that he's in. This is just like being in this dream world is just like too much for him to fathom. And he flies past his target into like on and like starts drifting away from the battlefield. Aranabi, you're up next.
One second.
What I want to do is try to concentrate and just change the beast that I'm riding on.
You're trying to change it
into something different.
So you want to polymorph it. This is possible, but it's extremely hard to do because it's your willpower against its willpower.
Right.
And you don't necessarily know where its willpower is coming from. So I'm not
like,
saying
how
it's
hard would
impossible.
that be?
You would just have to roll really high.
Hey Nick,
All right.
when I play my didgeridoo to produce flame, is that a performance roll?
I've been having it just kind of work as like you casting a spell with a charisma modifier. Like,
Okay.
So you using it as a cantrip.
Yeah.
Aaron, you can try to like control its actions by like kind of like I guess you kind of manipulate it into perceiving other things. What am I trying to say here? I mean, with your knives in your back, you can definitely steer it in certain directions, for sure. You would be able to, control what it sees, so you'd be able to create, like, mirror images and things for it to distract itself with, and then it being a beast of low intelligence wouldn't really be able to, like, you know, get that. Yeah. And so he'd be attacking, like, you know, your images. But yeah, doing things, trying to control the creature in any way is going to be difficult to do. It's not going to be impossible. It's just going to be hard.
Well, would I have to roll higher than a 20?
You would have to roll somewhere around a 20. Like, we're talking
right.
like 17 or higher.
Well, I would like to try to morph it into my own badass thing. And I'll roll for it.
Alright.
I have 4 luck points.
Holy shit.
Lord.
Oh.
Now it's up 4 luck points if I need more.
So, Aaron, what kind of creature do you want this thing to be?
I want it to, like, turn into, like, First of all, I wanted to grow a third head right in the middle, in between, or something, and have it be something cool. Maybe it's a man head, but regardless, it's like a three-headed horse thing that like it it glows, kind of.
All right,
Can the head be Pauly Shore?
Holly Shore.
We can make it up as we go, but like for right now, that's the working thing.
All right. In between the two heads, so it's like stacked on top of each other. Is the head of Pauly Shore just starts growing out of it, and like is like quite large. It's about the size of the other heads too. I can't do a Pauly Shore impression. I don't actually know who he is. So,
He's the guy. Remember in Futurama where Fry, Michelle, his ex-girlfriend, comes to the future, and they get back together,
yeah.
and then they go to like they think is the year 4000. But I don't know. Pauly Shore's in the end scene of it.
Oh, and then it's Vegas.
L.A. But yeah.
Yeah.
So it morphs into like a three-headed horse,
And then
the head can be like side by side, so up and down.
a radiant glow. Instead of this like nightmarish absorption of energy and light, this radiant glow begins to emerge from it as you overtaken the will of the creature. Through the transformation, the fog again pushes back, and the fog of war surrounding you becomes lifted, revealing the mysterious foe yet again, the spell stealer. Aaron, this creature is at your will. What do you want it to do?
I want to ride it up next to Spoon and reach my hand down and say to him, "Are you ready to ride into eternity, dear Spoon?" And pull him up.
Take me away, oh great warrior! Oh planar magician! Planar champion! Let us ride into the ethereal sunset!
Yes. And then we can like charge and everyone can follow and shit.
Through the containment of all of your wills, you, the Spoon, and the Chimera, you are able to create like a fucking like path, like a trail that you're able to like start just like the beast is just like able to start
Like
stampeding across.
Trail.
Exactly. And goes barreling with full speed at the mysterious figure.
The Spoon can like launch me off of the Chimera, and he can ride the Chimera, and I can fly at him through the air.
We wouldn't have Spoon launch you. His head is red hot.
Yes,
Oh,
so
yeah.
Spoon is very heated at the moment.
True.
Maybe you throw Spoon.
Oh yeah, I can swing Spoon around and
Well,
launch him ahead of the Chimera.
or maybe like in cricket, or no, not cricket, polo. Like you're on the horse and everything.
No, I know what it is. I can't. Can I hold Spoon?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna hold him like a jousting spear.
Okay. The Chimera is going in to make his attack. Are you choosing to use any of the Chimera gets a multi-attack? And one of the options, because of the actions that you've chosen, is the javelin attack. So he can make an attack with his bite, his horns, his claws, or a fire breath. You get to choose one of those, and then you get to choose your lunge with the spoon.
I can't just try to like ram him.
You get 2 attacks. So yes, you can ram him, but what else do you do?
I joust at him with spoon, with red hot spoon in hand.
All right, so I'll say that you the ram of the Chimera starts like taking charge in this assault, and then in tandem you make a stab with the spoon as well.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I need a roll with advantage for your spoon attack. All right. The horns of the Chimera fling the figure up into the air, and as he floats in the space, you stab him with a red-hot spoon. Roll me. Let's see. Roll me a D12 for damage plus a D4 for fire damage. $11. And the Chimera does about the same. All right. The attack is like very dramatic and almost cartoonish in nature, because the reaction, the result of the attack sends him like flying. He goes flying off into the distance, and as he does so, noticing that the odds are now fervently against him, he misty steps out of sight and escapes combat.
Did my rope and rod come with us to the dream realm?
Can your what?
Did my
No.
rope and rod come with us to the dream realm?
Yes.
Okay.
It's been like
Oh, you're so generous, Nick.
it's been like floating in like some space. It's like the idea of your. It's like yeah, cause like the.
Well, you can
It's
just
not
imagine
even a
it,
generosity thing. It's like the things like your belongings go with you into the ethereal. So like
Yeah.
you know, I'm just gonna say that it was like you decided that that wasn't the move and put that shit back in your bundle before meditating after you talked to the wizard.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
Yeah.
So,
like-
preemptively, I want to tie the 2 ends of the rope, one to my didgeridoo and the other end to the rod, and just have that ready to go.
all right.
And I'm gonna shove my last jar of oil into the didgeridoo. Just get that all prepped up.
As the man, the pursuer, escapes, the reality of the dreamscape around you begins to deteriorate as well. The chimera, all radiant and glowing in its form, dissipates and fades into nothingness, falling in line with the rest of the mist. And the like realms of like the mists of reality begin pooling into a ball-shaped cyclone in the middle of the map, at a very fast pace. The wizard
I'm
calls
going
out
to
to you. What?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh.
The realm is dissipating! Quick! We must escape! Everybody to me! To me!
Come, Spoon. We must go.
As you try to move through the space, the the debris and everything's moving around you at very high speeds, though the rod and rope is conveniently keeping Sanaj in place. Aranabi, roll me a wisdom check with advantage. Seven. All right, that's all right. Cool. Yep, everyone successfully is able to make it with very little effort on their part to escape. Before getting, they all managed to grab onto the wizard, and before getting sucked into the cyclone, find themselves back at the tree, waking up at the trunk where they all in all of the places that they were originally.
Hey. Welcome to reality, everyone. What the fuck is going on?
What happened to the one guy's body?
He lies there, breathless and motionless. The wizard, looking over him, and putting his hand on his face one last time.
Farewell, my friend. You fought strongly. Nobody could have been prepared for that. You have my condolences, brave adventurers. Who sent you?
Facts.
Ah! So you are from the League. Very good.
Not quite. More like outside contractors.
Huh? Oh?
PMCs.
He looks confounded, but
Still? I will ignore it for now. Usually this is very atypical for us, but alas, I do not think I could have gotten out of that with our current situation. We should be returning now.
he pulls out a chrono trigger of his and hits a yellow button, or hits a button on it, and it starts one of the contraptions starts moving and blinking yellow. One of the lights on it has 3 or 4 different lights on it, and a few different just an assembly of cogs.
Unfortunately, a loss of life is most common in our adventures and our line of work. However, this encounter was most atypical. We did not expect to be pulled into the dream realm like that. Whoever that figure was, he is very threatening, to say the least. An ability to strip away spells. That is something I have not been able to see before.
Look, no.
However, I should thank you very much. Please, take my hand.
He reaches his hand out. The warrior with him ends up like putting his hand on his. He kind of like holds it out like you're supposed to put your hand over it. And then with his other hand, he grabs a hold of the body of his warrior friend. Spoon just puts his like hamburger helper glove hand on there.
Right on the top. Jack.
What? Sorry.
And with that, the instance, like the veil around the surrounding area, is relieved for you and for the rest of your party. And then a few moments pass. You all like let go of your hands, and a door, one of Vex's doors, materializes before you, and opens up, leading to the the glowing astral hallway that brought you here in the first place. You step through it and return back to Point Nemo.
Yay. So, who was that guy?
We are not sure.
What do we know?
Un momento.
No problem.
I know I missed my 3-headed horse.
You know, Aaron, let's see.
You walk through, and Vex, first thing Vex notices is the warrior carrying his fallen comrade and taking him to a he's just moving, like beelining for this specific room in the air, like in the base. There's like a little downstairs that he goes toward, and Vex goes, "Can't say I didn't see that coming, though. I'm really glad the rest of you made it back all right." So what happened? We seem to have been attacked. We were trying to investigate the leak you are describing, and before we noticed anything else, we found ourselves falling asleep below the trunk of a very large tree. I'm sure the tree was probably what was causing the breach in the first place, as it was creating a very ephemeral leak through a material plane. However, what we were not expecting was someone to be behind it, or at least to stop us along the way while we were trying to deal with the tree itself. Someone attacked us in our dreams.
Or something.
Yes, we don't really know what it is. All we know is we had some nightmarish fiend of a chimera chasing us. Well, that's pretty messed up. I guess you guys did your work. Suppose you're ready to head home, huh? Got a swarm of angry plants to deal with.
You think your wizard friend could take a look at these books for me?
I don't know. What do you say, Griff? Do you think you got the time for that sort of thing?
Pretty please, I cast with my suggestive eyes.
Ah, well, I
Sure, it's the least I could do for now. Come.
He like goes over to like the little library area.
Doot, doot, doot.
I'm gonna follow them.
The spoon hobbles along, all like inquisitive and investigatively.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. You didn't. Oh. Taking care of that pesky little Caius, did you? We wizards.
We did what we could.
We're a very tight-knit group, you see. We know each other. What you have before you is how he came to be what he was. This tome you have here. This is the fundamental properties toward learning the field of necromancy. In a way that almost anybody with the ability to use magic is able to do so. At least to some degree, you know. You wouldn't be able to be commanding the dead like I could.
And then my guy coughs a little bit and he goes, I think it's pronounced necromancy.
Ah, well, I think you would be wrong.
I mean, I think the guy that has more swords is usually right.
I think the guy who's read a book or two and has a big glowy wand might be able to say something about that.
Oh, sure. It appeals to authority. I get it, bro. Carry on.
Did it? What? Says the man appealing to his sword.
I kind of interrupt the bickering and look to the wizard, and I'm like, so how do I study this?
Well, you're going to need two more things. You're going to need something that can translate the tomes and the ancient texts that are described on here. And you're going to eventually need a conduit to be able to cast necromancy. The most common of which is a branding rod.
I lift my didgeridoo. Could this perhaps be converted to such?
Ah, not without
Uses.
an incredible amount of work from someone who is very well versed in the in this dark and forbidden knowledge. That of which would be well out of my line of work, unfortunately. A branding rod is something that is used to stitch the life force of a skeleton or a zombie together. It brands the ancient tomes that are needed to animate these beings onto the objects of which that you are trying to animate. It is a very intricate and specific tool.
Is that something a Deathless Lord would know about?
Indeed, it could be. It is also something a necromancer would know about.
We happen to have more Deathless Lords in our contact book.
Do you now?
It's
Really?
a whole nother thing.
Which one?
I don't remember. I've only really met him a couple times.
Roll me a history check.
Oh, that was like in character.
I'm gonna roll one too.
Fuck.
Wow, yeah.
Fuck.
Neither of you can remember his name. He's like, yeah, we met a couple.
Was it like Arclesius?
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Atresius, the Broken Lord. Oh my goodness. I can't imagine the amount of... I can't even imagine the amount... The mess that you two have put yourselves in. This is only the tip of the iceberg, I'm sure. No, he is much more in tune with creatures of the abyss than creatures of the dead. You see, many broken lords come and hail come and hail from many different places. They have achieved, the Deathless Lords, I should say, they have achieved their greatness through multiple means, and not all of them alike in any which way.
Can you tell me more about Atrezius?
Why, yes.
The long version.
I can tell you what I know. And while there are 7 lords in total, some of which are more powerful than others, you add the 4 lesser lords, and then the 3 greater lords. Atrezius is a lesser lord. Though he is a lesser lord, it does not mean that he is without significant power. His lesser lordship more precludes to his magnitude of his abilities than the abilities or the threat level of them per se. While he does not have the power to completely obliterate a planet, let's say, he does have the power to call forth beings from other dimensions, particularly the Abyss, making him a very, very commendable foe. During the ancient battle against the great God King, each deathless lord swore an oath or achieved their power in their own right through various means of powerful entities. Some of them being gods, others being entities I have not even seen or heard of. Beings lost to time and history themselves. Though we know that some of them, like Lord Cyphus for instance, was able to achieve his power from the great king from one of the gods of the dead. Lord Atrezius found a being in the Abyss willing enough to lend him his power and give him dominance over the realm. He's very... what's the word? He is a cunning lord, and has faced many hardships along the way. Though I'm sure he deserved it. He was after the life of Vaknor, and after the great battle that shifted the entire realm and brought it to a state of perpetual ruination. He dominated over the lands of he dominated over his lands with an iron fist, offering the slightest bits of amnesty only to those of his lineage. It was, in fact, his own kin that betrayed him and launched his realm into a state of perpetual cataclysm. He is called the Broken Lord for this very reason. His ability, or his... what's the word? His lineage, every part of what he left behind was completely eradicated and thwarted to disarray and ruin by those that came after him. I should only hope that it paid off. Is there any more questions you might have?
Yeah. Do we know why he's in that girl's body?
He's in a girl's body?
Yeah. Why would he want to do that?
Most perplexing indeed. I believe Atresius, being that he was, likely had a plan for what would ensue after he met some sort of a demise. This is probably a contingency of sorts.
It's as if he's not actually in the girl's body.
No. He's definitely in there. He's using her body as a vessel, although his existence was thousands and thousands of years ago. I couldn't... If it was... If it was over that long of time, then that must mean his lineage has been cursed to keep him moving through his kin. So he's manifested. It's likely that he's manifested vessel after vessel of everyone that's came after him in his lineage. This girl could potentially be one of his great granddaughters.
So he was betrayed by his kin, so he curses the rest of them.
Yes. Now, here is a very interesting question that you... What have you noticed? Anybody else coming from this little girl?
Yeah, a lot of sass. A lot of blip. Sometimes you know how you just really want to smack the fuck out of a little child. Or like sneak into their room in the middle of the night and cut them or something. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
We've all been there.
So Naj is like, yeah.
Yeah! Backs up slowly.
And the spoon is like wondering what the fuck is he talking about. Like I thought this guy was.
The wizard's like, I chose not to have kids, but I don't think I'd ever want to do that to a child.
Yeah, I know. It's like, but you're like, oh, I wish I could, but it's like illegal, and everyone, But you don't do it. You're just like,
right.
Kid.
Yes, because that would be illegal. Yes, right.
Yeah.
In most places.
Yeah.
Some places.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I was getting at is, maybe this Deathless Lord is not the only person manifesting inside her. Maybe other souls are infiltrating this vessel.
What happens if she dies?
This is a good question. I'm sure that if she were to die, and there were to be no one else to carry on the curse of Atresius, he may fall into the abyss finally. Never to be interacting with this world again.
So he'd go back to his domain.
Well, his soul... Yes.
Shit, man.
Oh, God.
So I'm
God
sure
damn it.
I'm sure his spirit must be very difficult to deal with. I would.
Is there any way we could do it by still saving the child? We got about a.
Has he given you any demands?
8 foot tall.
Is there?
He wants an amulet.
Roll me a history check.
Damn it, I need to be keeping better notes.
Yeah, I mean, like, I pretty much don't write anything down for this one.
This is what Shay is for.
I know, right, dude?
Okay,
I love playing with her.
you
I'm-
yeah, Shay's great. You kind of like, you remember that he wants you to take him somewhere. And using that,
Yeah,
oh, go ahead.
he wants us to, like, take him to meet some other dude to, like, tell him. I can't remember more. Never mind.
He wishes to take you to a place starting with a K? He must be referring to Kaltorith.
Yeah, probably.
We're traveling through a swamp to get there now.
Kaltorith is the land that Atresius once ruled back in his, back during his years of reign. Though how you were to get there. He looks confused, or like he's thinking really hard about something. There is a problem to what he's requesting of you. Kaltorith no longer exists on this material plane. Or at least in the realm of Fairnir.
Well,
You see,
that sucks.
during the demise of Lord Atresius, when he was betrayed by his his three sons, his firstborn launched the realm of Kaltorith using a very powerful ritual into a state of flux. The realm passes through the land of Fairnir. Possibly once every 200 years. Maybe. That's like... It's really hard to say. It's honestly very inconsistent. What's happening is the kingdom, the city itself, his capital city, was uprooted and sent into an interdimensional pocket where it is constantly traveling through the planes, almost simultaneously.
Sounds like some pretty powerful magic.
It is insanely powerful magic, and it has sustained itself for years, for centuries. Its power has waned, but it does not make it any easier for you, because it means that the reason its power is waning is because the material planes that it keeps phasing through are breaking apart at the seams. In that area, it's creating these pocket dimensions out of the material planes that are eradicating into nothingness, meaning that the only place left for this kingdom is in the abyss.
Sounds like our problem is slowly becoming the reason you guys are having problems.
Oh, it is a significantly huge issue. It is definitely not on first priority either. There are so many things going on right now. You do not want to be like, it would just be better if we didn't talk about it. It really would.
Yeah.
But certainly. Yes, certainly. This is something that could restore the balance in a multitude of ways. And also cause a new beginning that we could not even begin to describe. The world of Fairnir is a forsaken one. It is one completely left to the fates of the Deathless Lords and the mistakes that they have made along the way. We are living through the consequences of their actions because they wanted to claim power for their own. And honestly, it may prove to be the best opportunity we have to create a destiny for ourselves.
This world is slowly falling apart, to the point that even the gods have forsaken it. Their lights are
I
leaving.
mean,
We believe here that if we can stitch these pieces of reality back, we can show them, and we can rebuild in a way that will bring us back to the cosmos and interconnect Fairnir in a way that it never was before with the rest of our beloved interdimensional reality.
He's just like staring off into like the void. Like he's just like off into just eyes are glazed over, just like imagining the possibilities at the moment.
yeah.
What an
I
amazing
feel
task you guys are venturing upon. I almost wish I could join you.
should throw a couple chrono triggers our way, and we'll send you a bat signal if we need you.
Him and Vex over here, like Vex overhears that, and both of them just like laugh. Oh, perhaps down the road there, my friend.
But you certainly do deserve something
Yo.
for saving us this day.
I'm gonna turn this fucking place upside down if I don't get myself a chrono trigger.
Oh, we'll be turning you upside down long before that. Try me, buddy. And he just like holds his wand out.
God. I don't know, man.
But allow me to get you something.
Alright, let's see how good it is.
Give me just a moment.
Ooh, we should see if he can turn Spoon into something better. Like, not something different, but something, like, better than silver.
Silver's a pretty good material. It has kind of a low
Better in
heat.
timing.
Like it has a, or I guess it doesn't even really have a low. It kind of, I don't know. But it's a pretty dense material.
Silver's some good shit. Besides, Spoon won't last much longer after this encounter, but I could always bring him back.
Hmm.
But you can no
He's
longer
not able
speak.
to speak,
You
though.
can't speak to Spoon anymore.
Yeah.
But the memories, you will always have the memories.
Our final charge. Oh, man.
Maybe
Good
someday you'll meet him again in your dreams. And you could whisper sweet nothings to each other.
We can ride on horseback together.
Mm.
3-headed horse. I don't, in my dream, I'm retiring early and living a quiet life with Spoon on my ranch, and we have 4 3-headed horses, and we ride them early in the day, and then settle in for the next brunch.
Nick, this session is being recorded, correct?
Mm-hmm.
There's some golden highlights here.
For sure. Oh god, that is an OP item. What the heck?
What?
Oh, I'm just looking through like I have one thing I know I'm gonna get you. I just want to make sure I can get. I'm gonna see if I can get another thing for one. I'm trying to get something for the both of yous.
I see.
Preferably something that's not a weapon. Something like No, you can do whatever you want. I don't give a shit.
No, that's what I'm trying to do, bro. I'm trying to get you guys useful shit.
This is weird though, because like I can't do any damage unless it's with a weapon. So like
All right. Oh God.
oh god, oh crap.
Kitty.
I'm looking up items like underutilized magic items, and immovable rod is one of them.
I'm trying to decide between like. Okay, yeah. So for Aranabi, Griff walks into like a closet, like walks out holding a pair of gloves. The gloves have like a sheen, like a glow to them, and have like almost a web-like trim. They have like a bluish like sheen to them, and very like it's like a bluish silver sort of sheen, like a cobalt, I guess. And fit very like perfectly in your hands. They slide and snugly adjust until it's a perfect fit. Griff goes, I've noticed your ability as an ethereal traveler, my friend. These may help you in the real world. It is something that is able to let your etherealness travel through your hands and bring objects into that world. So, the way these work is they work as like a gloves of missile snaring is what they're like called, but it kind of goes beyond that. So the gloves of missile snaring, they allow the character wearing them to fend against ranged attacks from enemy weapons. So they can use a reaction to reduce the projectile's damage by 1d10 plus their dex modifier. So basically, this is allowing your character to use his hands, and you know the like Obito like what do they call it? The Kamui thing, and then like they like shoot him, and then he like puts his hand out, and like the kunai goes through his hand or whatever, or he just stands there and it goes through him. It allows you to do that with projectiles, if like holding your hand out.
Oh, sick.
I mean, it's just flavor at this point. If you want, it allows you to just use your etherealness to reduce the projectile damage by 1d10. And then that happens as long as you can use a reaction. So I know there's like a few, I think you get like a few reaction moves per combat, and then like you can use the reaction to do that. Maybe not. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'll send that to you. In addition to that, you have this like you have this little like pocket dimension of space that is like kind of like it's like your ethereal aura is kind of expanded a little bit, and even though you haven't unlocked etherealness yet, you can use this pocket of space to put an object of your choosing into it. So it has to be like as tall as you, can't be taller than you, which your character's like 6 feet. So it can't be taller than 6 feet. It can't be wider, and like basically it can't be wider than a 5 feet like thing. But you have like inventory space basically, and like where you basically can take an object that you can hold and put it into the ethereal space, and then that area like that'll exist in that ethereal space until you pull it out again.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And this is limited to size, not necessarily weight. It can be limited to weight if the object is very dense or is not able to travel through ethereal space. So there's certain things like silver weapons cannot travel through ethereal space. Lead cannot travel through ethereal space. Platinum, I don't believe, can travel through ethereal space. Anything that's dipped in Gorgon's blood is not going to be able to work. But like things that are a go, they can travel through it. And then it's basically like the limit is like how full you make that, because it's not like a bag of holding where it can just like keep expanding.
Right. Cool.
And then Jack, you get where the heck did it go?
Ahoy.
A robe of useful items. So this is just an ordinary robe. It looks like just an ordinary robe covered in patches. These patches you can pull off and turn them into the item depicted. So the robe has two. I'll send this to you. The robe has 2 patches of each of the following items: hempen rope, daggers, steel mirrors, bullseye lanterns, and 10-foot poles. Additional patches could contain items such as 4 potions of healings, 2 mastiffs, a saddled horse, 10 gems, with each valued 100 gold pieces, and a bag of 100 gold pieces, amongst other items. So it does have 2 mastiff patches. And it does have 2 healing potion patches.
Nice.
Yeah. You'll have to write that in additionally, but
did you send something?
I'm gonna send it to you like right now.
Okay.
Just
And then patches for what else?
and then you get 2 health potion patches and 2 mastiff patches.
Didn't you say something about like gems or something?
That's just like
Or-
no, that isn't on the patch, right? Or that's not on the robe, not on this robe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can I come across replacement patches in my travels?
Yes.
Okay.
They'll be hard to find. Well, they won't be hard to find. You can ask magic vendors and see what patches they have available, and then like the patches they'll have are limited, but you know, it might mean things like they'll have stuff available that like you wouldn't normally be able to get. And some people might have rare patches. So. And, yeah, so. With that, they bid their dues to you guys. You guys kind of wrap up the gist, and then Vex ends up opening the door for you to make your way back to the party.
Yay.
We'll keep in touch, fellas.
See you around, Chief.
How's it going?
And with that, that'll be tonight's session.
By Mastiff, does it mean dog Mastiff?
Yeah.
That's sick. So once I rip them off, I just have dogs now?
Yep. Yeah, for like an hour or something like that.
Oh, okay. I was like, fuck, I get permanent dogs? That's a lot of responsibility.
Gonna have to feed them and goodness. All right. That was a fun time. I really liked that. I'm glad I got to do that with you guys. Ooh.